Tiana Sanders runs up the staircase of the Caldwell estate when she hears screams coming from the second floor. It's her third day as a housekeeper, and she recognizes that voice. It's Madison, the boss's daughter. She pushes open the bedroom door and sees a scene that will mark her life forever. "Stop crying. You were born defective. At least don't be a crybaby too." Victoria Mason, Gabriel's mother-in-law, is standing beside a small wheelchair that sits on the floor. Madison, 6 years old, drags herself along, trying to reach the chair that her grandmother has deliberately pushed far away. The little girl was born without shins and feet, with only her thighs. "Please, Grandma, help me up." "You have to learn that out in the world no one will pity you." Victoria shoves the chair even farther. Tiana can't just stand there. "Hi, Princess, let me help you." Madison hides behind her little arms. "Don't look at me, I'm ugly." Tiana kneels slowly, bringing herself to the girl's eye level. "Ugly? You have the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen in my life." Madison stops crying for a second. No one had ever told her she was pretty. Tiana lifts the girl into the wheelchair. When Madison settles in, a tiny smile appears on her face. "There. Now you're sitting on your princess throne." That's when Victoria explodes. "Who do you think you are? Don't help this useless child. She has to learn that no one will pity her." Victoria grabs Tiana's arm and shoves her away from Madison. "You're paid to clean, not to play dolls with a cripple. Get on your knees until you learn your place." Tiana looks at Madison, frightened, and makes a decision. She kneels, right there, on the floor. "Exactly. That's where people like you belong." Victoria forces Tiana to clean the floor with her bare hands. No rag, nothing. Tears run down Tiana's face, but she doesn't quit. "Poor folks belong on their knees. Learn it fast." The sound of the front door opening echoes through the house. Gabriel Caldwell climbs the stairs and stops in the bedroom doorway. He sees Tiana on her knees, crying, Madison curled up in the wheelchair, terrified, and Victoria standing like a cruel queen. Gabriel's eyes meet Tiana's for the first time, and in that moment he decides he has to find out what's really happening in his own home. "What's going on here?" Gabriel's voice comes out harsher than he intended. Victoria quickly changes her expression. "Ah, Gabriel. Thank goodness you're here. This young woman was interfering with Madison's development." Gabriel looks at his daughter, her face red from crying. "Daddy." Madison's tiny voice draws everyone's attention. When Gabriel comes closer, she whispers something only he hears. "Grandma hid my chair again." Gabriel looks at Victoria, then at the chair sitting far from the bed. "Why was Madison's chair so far away?" "I was teaching her to be independent. Out there, no one's going to carry her around." Unease grows in Gabriel's chest. When Victoria leaves the room, he approaches Tiana. "I'm sorry about what happened. Sometimes my mother-in-law gets stressed." Later, when Gabriel leaves for work, Tiana stays alone with Madison. "Do you like to play?" "Grandma says I can't, that toys are for normal kids." "And do you believe that?" "I know I'm different. My mum died because I was born wrong." "Who told you that?" "Grandma. She said my mum got really sad when I was born without feet." Tiana clenches her fists. What kind of person says that to a child? "Madison, your mother loved you very much, and you weren't born wrong. You were born special." For the first time since she came to that house, Madison truly smiles. Tiana grabs some cleaning cloths and shows Madison how to make little rag dolls. For the first time in months, the room fills with laughter. That's when Victoria appears in the doorway. "What's going on here?" Madison flinches and hides the dolls. "I'm sorry, Grandma." "Tiana, you should be cleaning, not stuffing this girl's head with nonsense." Victoria snatches the rag dolls and throws them in the trash. Madison starts to cry. And you, little crybaby, go to the closet, and I don't want to hear a peep. Tiana watches Madison being pushed into a small, dark closet. The door slams. And you, busybody, if I catch you filling my granddaughter's head with nonsense again, you'll be out on the street. That night, Gabriel finds Grace, the cook, in the kitchen. Mr. Caldwell, can I say something? It's about Madison. Gabriel sits at the table. Grace has worked in the house for 15 years. Mrs. Victoria, she isn't good to Madison when you're not around. What do you mean? She hides the girl's chair as punishment, leaves her on the floor unable to move, sometimes for hours. Gabriel feels the blood drain from his face. There's more. She tells Madison that Mrs. Caroline died because of her, that she's a burden. Gabriel's fists tighten on the table, and today was the first time I've seen Madison smile in months because of the new girl, Tiana. Gabriel goes quiet, processing it all. His daughter is suffering in her own house, and he didn't even know. That night he goes to Madison's room. She's asleep, but dried tear tracks still mark her face. Daddy will protect you, princess. I promise. But out in the hallway, hidden behind the door, Victoria hears every word, and she doesn't like what she hears. The next morning, Tiana arrives early and finds Madison's bedroom door locked. Madison, are you there? Tiana, you really came back? Of course I did. Didn't I say I'd stay? The door opens and Madison appears in her chair, her little face puffy from crying. Grandma said you went away. I'm right here, aren't I? Tiana has an idea. She goes to the vanity and grabs a kid's makeup set. Want to play dress up? Madison's eyes light up. Tiana puts a light lip gloss on her and a tiny dab of blush. Now look in the mirror. Wow, is that really me? It is, the most beautiful princess in the world. That's when the door bangs open. Victoria storms in like a hurricane. What is this nonsense? She snatches a handkerchief and scrubs Madison's face hard. Do you think makeup will hide that you're defective? Your mother drove herself to death because she couldn't stand having a daughter like you. Tiana can't take it anymore. Don't talk to her like that. Caroline was running away from home the day of the accident. Want to know why? Because she couldn't bear looking at this thing. Footsteps in the hallway. Gabriel arrives and hears the argument. Victoria, you said Caroline was running away the day of the accident? I did. But she was going to Madison's orthopedist. Victoria is speechless for a second. You don't remember right, Gabriel. The accident scrambled you. But Gabriel does remember. Caroline was excited that day. She had found a doctor who could help Madison walk better. Caroline never ran away from home, and she loved Madison. You're too emotional, Gabriel. Victoria leaves the room, but before she goes, she looks at Madison. As punishment, you'll be without your chair the rest of the day. Victoria, no! But she's already gone, taking the chair. Gabriel lifts Madison in his arms and carries her to the spare chair. From today on, your chair never leaves your room. That afternoon, Tiana is with Madison in the garden when she sees Victoria talking with a man in a suit on the porch. Madison, who is that man? Uncle Robert. He takes care of Dad's papers. Robert Galvin walks toward them. You must be the new employee. Yes, Tiana. Robert doesn't offer his hand. Victoria told me you've been getting too involved with Madison's care. I just help when I can. Yes, but you know that a child with a disability needs professional care, right? Qualified people, not just anyone. The tone is a clear threat. I'm just doing my job. Good. See that you keep it that way. That night, Grace approaches Tiana in the kitchen. Tiana, watch out for Mrs. Victoria and Attorney Robert. They don't like anyone getting close to the family. Why? Since Mrs. Caroline died, They control everything here. Were you here the day Mrs. Caroline died? I was. It was strange. She left early, excited, said she was going to the doctor for Madison, and then Robert showed up here before any news, like he already knew what had happened. And Mrs. Victoria, she was too calm for someone who'd just lost her daughter-in-law. A chill runs through Tiana. Something isn't right. On her way out, Tiana passes by Madison's window. The girl is alone, looking out. Tiana taps lightly on the glass. Madison smiles and whispers, "Good night, Tiana. Thank you for making me feel pretty today." Tiana leaves with her heart tight and with a strange feeling, as if she's starting to uncover something very dangerous. The next day, Tiana arrives at the estate and sees several cars parked outside. Through the living room window, she spots a group of people in serious conversation. In the kitchen, Grace is agitated. Mrs. Victoria called some people for a meeting about Madison's future. A shiver runs through Tiana. She goes up to Madison's room. The girl is playing with an old teddy bear. "Do you know what's happening downstairs?" "Grandma called a bunch of people to talk about me." "Do you know what they'll talk about?" "Grandma said they're going to decide if I can keep living here, that there are special places for kids like me." "And do you want to go?" "Number, I want to stay with Daddy. And with you." Tiana goes down and stands near the living room door, listening. Robert's voice echoes. "Children with severe disabilities like Madison's need specialized care." A woman's voice answers, "And do you think the father can't provide that?" Victoria steps in. Robert continues, "The institution is specialized. It would be healthier." "And does the father agree?" "Gabriel is going through a difficult time. He still hasn't recovered from his wife's death." A third voice asks, "And financially?" Robert replies, "With Madison institutionalized, the administration of her assets would be simpler. I, as the grandmother, could manage the inheritance." Tiana covers her mouth so she won't scream. They're planning to get rid of Madison. People start to leave. Only Victoria and Robert remain. "Do you think Gabriel will accept it?" "He'll have to, especially after what we're planning for his little maid." "What's the plan?" "We'll prove she's a bad influence on Madison. By the end of the week, Gabriel will be begging us to fire her." Hearing footsteps, Tiana runs to the kitchen and pretends to wash dishes. Robert appears in the doorway, watching her with a cold smile. "Tiana, right? I hope you understood our discussion today." "What discussion?" "About what's best for Madison. Sometimes people who meddle where they shouldn't end up getting hurt." Robert steps closer. "It would be a shame if something happened to you. Household accidents are so common." Tiana tries to hide her fear, but her voice trembles. "I only work here." "Excellent. Keep it that way. And remember, this is our house. We make the rules." He leaves Tiana alone with a terrifying certainty. She and Madison are in real danger. Gabriel can't sleep after his talk with Grace. Early in the morning, he goes straight to Madison's room. The girl is awake, playing quietly with her teddy. "Hi, Princess. Sleep well?" "Hi, Daddy. Not really." Gabriel sits on the edge of the bed. "Why not?" Madison hesitates, looking toward the hallway. "Daddy, can I tell you something?" "Of course, honey." "Grandma, she gets mad at me sometimes." Gabriel's heart tightens. "Mad? How?" "She says I'm ugly and that it's my fault Mommy left." "Madison, look at Daddy. You're not ugly. You're the prettiest girl in the world." "But Grandma said—" "Grandma is wrong." Madison hugs him. "Daddy, do you like Tiana?" The question catches Gabriel by surprise. "Why are you asking?" "Because she's the only one who's nice to me. She tells me I'm pretty and plays with me." Gabriel thinks. It's true. Since Tiana arrived, Madison seems happier. Just then, Tiana appears in the doorway. "Good morning, Mr. Caldwell. Good morning, Madison." "Tiana!" Madison breaks into a huge smile. Gabriel watches his daughter's reaction. It's like the whole room gets brighter. Tiana, could you stay with Madison? I need to take care of a few things. Of course. When Gabriel leaves, Tiana sits beside Madison. So, Princess, how are you today? Better now that you're here. Tiana starts telling a story about a princess who was different from the others, but because she was different, had special powers. In the hallway, Gabriel listens, standing there, watching how Tiana can make his daughter smile. When Tiana finishes, Madison asks, Tiana, do you think I have special powers too? I'm sure of it. Your power is making people fall in love with you. Something stirs in Gabriel's chest. It's not just tenderness for his daughter, it's more. He steps into the room. Tiana, when you're done here, could you meet me in the garden? Of course, Mr. Caldwell. An hour later, Tiana finds Gabriel in the garden. You wanted to talk to me. Sit here, please. She sits, leaving a bit of space between them. I wanted to thank you. For what? For taking care of Madison, for making her smile. No need to thank me, she's easy to love. Not everyone sees that. They sit in silence. Gabriel looks at Tiana and realizes how beautiful she is. Tiana, can I ask you a personal question? You can. Do you have family? My parents died when I was little. I'm sorry. It's okay. Life teaches us to be strong, right? Gabriel admires her simplicity. And you? What's it like raising Madison alone? Hard. Since Caroline died, I've been a little lost. But you're a wonderful father. You think so? I'm sure. Gabriel meets her eyes. Since you came, the house feels different, lighter. Madison is happier. He swallows. And so am I. The moment turns a little awkward. That's when Victoria appears, glowering from the window. Mr. Caldwell, I'd better get back to work. Sure, but Tiana... Yes? Thank you, truly. From the window, Victoria watches and seethes. She grabs the phone. Robert, we have a problem. That maid is getting too close to Gabriel. We need to do something now. The next morning, Gabriel wakes with a good feeling, something he hasn't felt in a long time. He heads to breakfast and finds Victoria in the kitchen, looking concerned. Good morning, Victoria. Everything okay? No, Gabriel, it's not. What happened? It's about Caroline's jewelry. Gabriel frowns. What about it? Some pieces are missing. The most valuable ones. Missing how? I checked the safe last night. Things were gone. The pearl necklace, the diamond earrings. Gabriel feels his blood run cold. Are you sure? Positive. Someone stole them. But who would have access? Victoria makes a face like she doesn't want to say. I hate to suspect, but the only new person here is that maid. Tiana, you think it was her? I don't want to accuse without proof, but she's the only outsider. Victoria, Tiana isn't a thief. How can you be sure? You've known her less than a week. Gabriel wavers. It's true, he hasn't known Tiana long. I'll call Robert. Half an hour later, Robert arrives with a funeral face. Gabriel, I'm sorry. Victoria told me. Do you really think it was Tiana? Let's be realistic. She's the only new variable. Robert pulls Gabriel aside. Let's do a discreet search of her room. If we don't find anything, we'll drop it. Gabriel hates the idea, but he can't shake the doubt. Fine, but if we don't find anything, no more suspicions. When Tiana arrives for work, Gabriel can't meet her eyes. Good morning, Mr. Caldwell. Morning. Tiana senses something is wrong, but heads upstairs to Madison's room. Gabriel, Victoria, and Robert go to conduct the search. Robert checks drawers, the closet. Nothing here. Keep looking. He keeps searching. Suddenly, he opens a drawer and finds a velvet pouch. Gabriel, come here. Gabriel approaches. Robert opens the pouch. Caroline's jewelry glitters inside. My God! Gabriel picks up Caroline's engagement ring and feels the world collapse. I'm calling the police. No, Robert, let me talk to her first. Just then, Tiana appears in the hallway. Mr. Caldwell, Madison is calling you. Gabriel looks at her and feels his heart break. Tiana, I need to speak with you. He shows her the pouch. Can you explain this? Tiana stares, not understanding what it is. My wife's jewelry. They were in your room. Tiana goes pale. In my room? I've never seen that before in my life. Tiana, please, don't lie. Mr. Caldwell, I swear I never took anything. Tears begin to fall. Please, you have to believe me. Gabriel wants to believe her, but the jewelry was there. Daddy, what's happening? Madison rolls up in her chair. Go back to your room, Madison. But why is Tiana crying? Robert steps closer. Gabriel, I'm calling the police. No, Madison cries. Tiana isn't a thief. She's good. Grace appears. What's all this noise? Robert explains. Grace looks at the pouch, then at Tiana. Mr. Caldwell, may I say something? What? Last night I saw Attorney Robert going up the stairs very late. Everyone looks at Robert. I came to pick up some documents. What documents? Contracts. Gabriel eyes him with suspicion. And why didn't you tell me? I didn't think it mattered. Gabriel goes to his office and pulls up the security system. On the screen, Robert climbing the stairs, heading straight for the maid's quarters. Robert, what were you doing in Tiana's room? Robert is speechless. I can explain. Then explain. Gabriel, you have to understand. That woman is taking advantage of you. By putting the jewelry in her room, I just wanted to show you what kind of person she is. Gabriel can't believe it. You set this up. I did it for your own good. Gabriel looks at Tiana, crying in the corner. Tiana, forgive me. You're already forgiven. Madison claps from her chair. I knew Tiana didn't do anything. Gabriel turns to Robert. I want you out of my house. Gabriel? Out. Robert leaves, not without casting a threatening look at Tiana. When they're alone, Gabriel approaches Tiana. I'm truly sorry. I should have trusted you. You couldn't have known. I could have. My heart knew. Their eyes meet. Since you arrived, I feel like I can trust you. Not just with my work, but with what's most precious to me. Mr. Caldwell, just call me Gabriel. Tiana smiles. Gabriel, I would never hurt you or Madison. You're the family I've always wanted. Outside the house, Robert calls Victoria. The plan didn't work. Gabriel found out. Then we go to plan B. If we can't separate them with lies, we'll have to use force. In the days that follow, everything changes at the estate. Gabriel hires a new attorney and officially fires Robert. Victoria grows quieter, but Tiana notices she's always watching. Gabriel and Tiana start talking more, first about Madison, then about everything. One afternoon they're in the garden, while Madison plays in her chair. She's never sung before. Never. Since Caroline died, she went very quiet, and now she's becoming a kid again. That's because of you. No, it's because of the love you two have for each other. You have a special way of seeing things. What way? With your heart, Gabriel thinks. Tiana, can I ask something? Sure. What was Caroline like? She was light. She always saw the good in everything, and she loved Madison more than anything. It must be hard to lose someone like that. It is. But you know what's harder? Starting to feel like maybe it's possible to be happy again. And that's a bad thing? I don't know. Sometimes I feel guilty. Guilty for what? For beginning to care about someone. Tiana's heart races. Gabriel, I know it sounds crazy. We haven't known each other long, but since you arrived, I remembered how to smile. Madison, who had been playing, stops and looks at them. Daddy, do you like Tiana? Gabriel blushes. Madison, I wish you did. Then she could be my mum. The words echo across the garden. Tiana's eyes fill with tears. Madison, that's not exactly how it works. Why not? You like her, I like her, she likes us. Isn't that how a family works? Gabriel and Tiana look at each other. Tiana, do you? I like you both, very much. Gabriel steps closer. May I kiss you? Tiana nods. The kiss is sweet, gentle, full of tenderness and hope. Madison claps. Now we're a real family. They pull apart, laughing. For a moment, everything feels perfect, but from the living room window, Victoria watches with hatred in her eyes. She picks up the phone. Robert, the little kissing show just happened. Now they think they're lovebirds. Time for the final plan. What kind of plan? The kind that ends this story once and for all. This time it can't go wrong. That night, while Tiana is tidying the kitchen, Grace comes over. Tiana, I need to tell you something. What is it? About Mrs. Caroline. Tiana stops washing dishes. What about her? Things I've never told anyone. Tell me. The day she died, she came downstairs early. She was agitated. Agitated how? Like someone who'd discovered something important. Did she say anything? She said she was going to Madison's doctor, but first she'd stop somewhere else. Where? The county clerk's office. She said she was going to check some documents. Tiana frowns. What kind of documents? I don't know, but she had a folder full of papers and seemed worried. Worried about what? She said something strange, that if anything happened to her, I should look after Madison and not leave Mrs. Victoria alone with the girl. A chill runs through Tiana. Why would she say that? I don't know, but it was like she knew something might happen. Grace, do you think Caroline's death was really an accident? There's a lot that's strange. Her car was new, never had problems. And the day of the accident, the brakes suddenly failed. Afterward, Mrs. Victoria took over everything. She wouldn't even let Mr. Gabriel see the car, said it was too traumatic. The car was sent to the junkyard the next day. Tiana thinks. Grace, are you sure Robert arrived before the news? Positive. How could he know, unless he already knew what was going to happen? The two women go silent. Tiana, do you think they... I don't know, Grace, but I'm going to find out. The next day, Gabriel leaves early for a meeting. Victoria goes out too. Only Tiana, Madison, and Grace remain. After lunch, Tiana waits for Madison to fall asleep. Grace, I'm going upstairs to take care of something. She heads to the hallway. Caroline's room is at the end, always kept closed. To her surprise, it isn't locked. The room is elegant but abandoned, everything draped in white sheets. Tiana goes to the vanity. There are photos of Caroline with Gabriel, with Madison as a baby. She checks the drawers. In the third one, beneath some scarves, her fingers touch something different, a letter. Tiana opens it with trembling hands. My dear Gabriel, if you're reading this, something has happened to me. I've discovered serious things about people close to us. I can't say yet because I need more proof, but if anything happens to me, look in the place where we kept our dreams. There you will find the truth. Protect our Madison. She may be in danger too. I love you forever, Caroline. The world spins around Tiana. Caroline knew she was in danger. Suddenly, she hears a car outside. She looks through the window and sees Victoria arriving. Tiana hides the letter and hears footsteps on the stairs. There's no way out without being seen. She ducks into the closet. The bedroom door opens. I knew someone would come snooping. It's Victoria, and Robert is with her. You think it was the maid? I'm sure. She's sniffing where she shouldn't. Robert moves around the room. Are you certain Caroline hid something here? She said she'd found things about us. We never found anything. Maybe she made it up to scare us. No, Caroline wasn't a liar. Victoria yanks open drawers. It has to be here somewhere. From the closet, Tiana hears everything. Her heart pounds so hard, she's afraid they'll hear it. And now, what do we do about the maid? The same thing we did before. Accidents happen, then I'll convince Gabriel to institutionalize the girl. With her out of the way, everything gets easier. Robert chuckles softly. Perfect. Let's go. We'll come back to search properly. Their footsteps retreat. The door closes. Tiana waits a few minutes before leaving the closet, shaking. They killed Caroline, and now they want to do the same to her. She has to warn Gabriel, but how to prove it? It's her word against theirs. She looks at the letter in her hand. Caroline mentioned, the place where we kept our dreams. What did she mean? One thing is certain, she and Madison are in real danger, and Tiana has to act fast before it's too late. Tiana hurries downstairs with Caroline's letter in her pocket. Her heart thumps so loudly, she's sure everyone can hear it. In the kitchen, Grace notices something's wrong. Tiana, you're pale. What happened? Grace, we need to talk, but not here. They go to the garden, far from curious ears. I went into Caroline's room. Grace's eyes widen. Girl, you did what? I found a letter. Caroline knew she was going to die. Tiana shows it. Grace reads and goes white. My God, so she really discovered something. And I heard Victoria talking with Robert. They're planning to kill me too. What do you mean? They talked about an accident, that they'd do to me what they did before. Grace sits on the bench, trembling. Tiana, you have to get out of this house. I can't abandon Madison. But if you die, you won't help anyone. At that moment, Gabriel arrives home. Tiana decides to tell him everything. Gabriel, I need to talk to you. She shows him the letter. He reads, his face growing more serious. Where did you find this? In Caroline's vanity. It was hidden. She mentions people close to us and the place where we kept our dreams. Do you know where that is? Gabriel thinks. There's a little room in the attic. Caroline called it our dream place because she wanted to write a book about our story up there. We need to go now. Why? What else do you know? Tiana recounts the conversation between Victoria and Robert. Gabriel grows more and more tense. Are you sure about what you heard? Absolutely. They killed Caroline. Let's go to the attic. They climb the stairs. Madison is still asleep, and Victoria hasn't returned. In the dusty attic, Gabriel finds a thick envelope in a drawer. The first letter is dated a week before Caroline's death. Gabriel, I gathered some proof. Victoria and Robert have been stealing from you for years. But there's something worse I still need to confirm. If anything happens to me, look for Detective Martinez. Gabriel stops reading, pale. This can't be. Tiana picks up another document. Gabriel, look, your biological parents were named Edward and Helen Caldwell. But I remember Victoria raising me. Maybe she got custody after they died. Gabriel sits, confused. So she's not really my mother? It appears not. They hear the front door open. She's back. Gabriel gathers the documents. I'm going to test her, see how she reacts. And if she realizes we know, we'll play it cool until we decide what to do. They go downstairs. Victoria is in the living room, suspicious. Where were you two? Gabriel forces a smile. Showing Tiana the house. We needed Grace along. She knows the history better than I do. Victoria doesn't look convinced. Gabriel, I need to speak with you, privately. He glances at Tiana, and goes to the office. Tiana stays near the door, trying to listen. That maid is turning everyone's head. Tiana is a good person. Good? She came here, latched onto Madison, and now you're smitten. How convenient. I've decided about Tiana. What decision? I'm going to ask her to marry me. Silence. You're going to what? Marry her. Madison will have a real mother. Gabriel, have you lost your mind? Number. For the first time in years, I'm thinking clearly. That woman will destroy our family. Our family? Since when do you care so much? His tone grows colder. Of course I care. You're my son. Am I, Victoria? Another silence. What kind of question is that? One I should have asked a long time ago. Gabriel, you're scaring me. Why did you never tell me about my biological parents? Total silence. Your biological parents? I am your mother. No, Victoria, you're not. His voice is steady now. I know the truth. About you, about Robert, about Caroline. A chair scrapes. You don't know what you're saying. Yes, I do. And now you're going to explain how you killed my wife. Enough! Victoria's scream echoes through the house. Tiana hears the office door fly open. Gabriel follows her out. Victoria! But she's already fled. She ran. Ran! She's probably going to warn Robert. A chill runs through Tiana. We need to call the police. I tried. They said they'll take 2 hours to get here. 2 hours is too long. Why? Because now they know we found out, like a premonition. At that moment, a scream from Madison's room. Daddy! They sprint upstairs and find Grace unconscious on the floor. Madison is nowhere. Madison! Gabriel shouts, frantic. Tiana kneels by Grace, trying to wake her. Grace, wake up! What happened? Grace opens her eyes slowly. My head. Where's Madison? Madison? Grace tries to sit up. She was sleeping. Gabriel ransacks the room. She's not here. Tiana helps Grace stand. Tell us what happened. I was watching her. Someone hit me from behind. It was Victoria. She took my daughter. The phone rings. Gabriel runs to answer. Hello? Gabriel, my dear stepson. Victoria's voice has changed. Cold, calculating. Where's my daughter? Your daughter is with me and will stay with me until you do exactly what I say. You've gone insane. She's just a child. A child worth a lot of money, and she's getting in my way. Gabriel signals Tiana to come closer. What do you want? First, send that maid far away. Then you'll sign some documents. Documents that transfer your fortune to me. And if I don't? If you don't, you'll never see your daughter again. Gabriel clenches his fists. You wouldn't. Wouldn't I? Do you think someone who's made it this far will hesitate now? You have 1 hour to decide. Where are you? The old barn on your grandfather's farm. You remember it, don't you? Where you played as a kid. Gabriel knows the place, isolated, far from everything. 1 hour, Gabriel, and come alone. If you bring anyone, the girl goes dark. The line goes dead. Gabriel stands there, clutching the phone. You can't go alone. What else can I do? She has my daughter. We'll call the police. You heard what she said. If the police show up, she'll hurt Madison. Tiana takes his hand. Listen, Victoria is desperate. Desperate people make mistakes. What kind of mistakes? She thinks you'll go alone, but what if we go too? Hidden. How? You go in through the front like she wants, and Grace and I will go too without them knowing. You distract them. I'll get Madison. Isn't that too dangerous? Do you love Madison? Of course. I love her too. I'm not staying here while she's in danger. Grace, who has been quiet, speaks. Tiana is right. Alone you have no chance, Gabriel thinks. Even if you come, what can we do? They're two and could be armed. You know that barn well? I do. I played there all my childhood. Other entrances? There's a broken side window and a back door. Perfect. You go in the front. I go in through the side. While they're focused on you, I'll grab Madison. And I'll stay in the car, Grace adds. If you aren't out in 20 minutes, I'll drive to town for help. Gabriel looks at Tiana. Are you sure you want to do this? Absolutely. Madison is my daughter now too. His heart squeezes. All right, let's try. They prepare quickly. Gabriel grabs a flashlight. Tiana takes a kitchen pocket knife. When we get there, try to make them talk. Confess. Why? Tiana shows her phone. I'll leave it recording. If we get a confession, they can't deny it later. Good idea. Gabriel goes to Madison's room and grabs the teddy bear. What's that for? When we find her, she'll be scared. The bear will calm her. They get in the car. The farm is 40 minutes away. No one talks much on the drive, each lost in thoughts. Near the farm, Gabriel pulls onto a dirt road. From here we walk. They hike 15 minutes until the barn appears in the distance, an old wooden structure with broken shingles. There, the side window is on the left. I'll hide behind those trees, Tiana whispers. She starts the recorder on her phone. Remember, make them confess. They embrace. If we don't see each other again, we will. We'll get married and be happy with Madison. Promise? Promise. Gabriel kisses Tiana, a kiss full of fear and hope. Let's go bring our daughter home. Gabriel walks toward the main entrance, his heart pounding like it will burst. Tiana circles to the side, hiding in the brush. Through the broken window, she can see inside. Madison is there, seated on an old chair, hands tied. She's not crying, but fear shines in her eyes. Victoria stands beside her, transformed, no longer the elegant lady. Her hair is messy, her face twisted with madness. Robert is on the other side, watching through the front window. He's coming, Robert says. Good, and the maid? I don't see anyone with him. Even better. Gabriel knocks. Victoria, it's me. Come in. He pushes the door. The barn is large and dark, lit only by slivers of light. When he sees Madison tied up, fury rises in him like never before. Daddy, Madison cries. Hey, princess, Daddy's here to take you home. He starts toward her, but Robert levels a pistol. Stay right there, Gabriel. Don't move. You don't need that gun. I came to do what you want. Really? Where are the documents? What documents? Victoria laughs. The documents proving our crimes. You found them, didn't you, Gabriel? He tries to buy time. I don't know what you're talking about. Of course you do. Your wife hid papers accusing us. Caroline died 3 years ago. What papers? Robert comes closer. Enough pretending. We know you went to the attic. Gabriel is surprised. We have eyes everywhere, Victoria says. We know everything that happens when we're not around. Then you know that I know the truth. We do. That's why you're going to die today. And Tiana? Victoria smiles in a way that chills the blood. After we're done with you, we'll go after her too. Outside, Tiana hears everything through the phone in Gabriel's pocket. Why did you do all this, Victoria? Because I deserved it, Gabriel. Your family had money, had everything, and I had nothing. So you killed my parents? It was necessary. You were little, you wouldn't remember. I forged documents and became your mother. Nausea rises in Gabriel. And Caroline. Caroline was too clever, asked too many questions. So you killed her too? It was necessary. Robert pulls papers from his pocket. Enough talk. Sign here. I'm not signing anything. You will, because if you don't, your daughter dies first. Gabriel looks at Madison, quietly sobbing. Fine, I'll sign. At that moment, Tiana sees her chance. While Robert and Victoria focus on the documents, she slips out from behind the crates and inches toward Madison. Gabriel finishes signing. There, now let my daughter go. Of course we'll let her go. Victoria takes the pistol from Robert. We'll let her go from life. She points the gun at Madison. Tiana springs. Let her go! She leaps from behind the crates and tackles Victoria. The two women roll on the floor, struggling for the pistol. Gabriel uses the chaos to knock Robert down. A shot goes off, but hits no one. Daddy! Madison cries. Gabriel manages to untie her. It's okay, princess. Tiana and Victoria keep fighting. You busybody, you ruined everything. I saved this family. Robert tries to get up, but Gabriel grabs a board and cracks it across his head. Robert collapses. Victoria wrenches the pistol back. Now you die! She points at Tiana. Sirens wail in the distance. The police! Tiana smiles. How? No one called. Grace appears in the doorway. I did, when I heard you talking about the barn. Behind her, armed officers pour in. Police, drop the weapon. Victoria looks at the officers, then at Gabriel and Tiana. For a moment she seems about to surrender, but then her crazy smile returns. If I can't have anything, no one can. She points at Madison one last time, but the officers are faster. One fires, hitting Victoria's hand and knocking the pistol away. It's over, Victoria. She falls, clutching her wounded hand and screaming, You don't know who you're dealing with. The police handcuff her. You are under arrest for kidnapping, attempted murder, and murder. Robert wakes groggy and is cuffed too. Gabriel rushes to hug Madison. It's okay, princess. It's over, Daddy. I was so scared. I know, honey, but it's over now. Tiana comes close. Madison, are you hurt? No, just scared. Gabriel hugs Tiana too. You were incredible. You saved my daughter. Our daughter. Detective Martinez arrives, and Gabriel hands over all the documents they found. With this evidence, they'll be locked up for a long time. And the money they stole? We'll recover it. It'll take a few months, but you'll get back everything that's yours. Even handcuffed, Victoria tries to speak. Gabriel, you don't understand. I raised you. You killed my parents, killed my wife, and almost killed my daughter. But I loved you like a son. You don't know what love is. Gabriel turns his back. Detective, take them away. As Victoria and Robert are led out, she screams, You'll regret this, Gabriel. Without me, you're nothing. But no one listens. Gabriel is wrapped up in Tiana and Madison. Now what? Tiana asks. Now we go home, and we become a real family. Daddy, will Tiana really be my mom? Gabriel looks at Tiana. If she wants. I do. Forever. Madison claps from her wheelchair. Then now we're a family. On the drive back, Grace says, I still can't believe all that happened. Me neither, but at least it's over. Gabriel, can I ask you something? Of course. Are you okay? Finding out Victoria wasn't your mother must have been terrible. Gabriel thinks. It was hard, but you know what? Deep down I always sensed something was wrong. I never really felt like her son. And now? Now I know family isn't just blood, it's love, and I have you. He looks at Tiana and Madison. That's all I need. When they get home, the Caldwell estate feels different, lighter, as if a weight has lifted off everyone. Dad, can I ask for something? Anything, princess. I want Tiana to sleep in the room next to mine, so I know she's always close. Gabriel smiles. She can choose any room she wants. Can I choose yours? Tiana blushes. Gabriel laughs. Let us get married first, okay? When will you get married? Gabriel looks at Tiana. Whenever you want. Soon, tomorrow. Tomorrow's too fast. How about next week? Perfect. Will I be the flower girl? Yes, the most beautiful flower girl in the world. That night, after Madison is asleep, Gabriel and Tiana sit in the garden talking. Are you sure about this? Marrying me? Taking on Madison? Gabriel, look at me. He does. I've never been so sure of anything. You two are my family, my heart, my life. And the difference in our worlds, I'm wealthy, I'm rich too, rich in love. That's worth more than any money. Gabriel kisses Tiana under the stars. I love you. I love you too. From the bedroom window, Madison watches and smiles. At last, she is going to have a complete family again, and this time, a real one, a family made of love. From now on, only happy days will fill the Caldwell estate. A week has passed since Victoria and Robert were arrested. The Caldwell estate feels like a completely new place, lighter, happier, as if a giant weight has been lifted from everyone. Gabriel wakes early on a sunny Thursday. Today is the day he has been planning for weeks. He'll propose to Tiana officially, with a ring and everything. He goes down to the kitchen and finds Tiana making breakfast, humming softly. He pauses in the doorway, just watching. He still can't believe he's found love again. Good morning, love. Tiana turns and smiles. Good morning, you're up early. Because today is special. Why? Gabriel steps closer, nerves fluttering. Even knowing she'll say yes, his heart races. Tiana Sanders. He kneels right there in the kitchen and pulls a small box from his pocket. Gabriel, will you marry me? Inside the box is a simple, beautiful ring, not the most expensive in the world, but chosen with all his heart. I know we talked about this, but I wanted to do it right. On one knee, with a ring, asking for your hand for real. Tiana's eyes shine. It's perfect. So, yes? Yes. He slips the ring on her finger and stands to kiss her. A kiss full of promises and dreams. A joyful shout comes from the stairs. It's Madison, rolling down in the elevator Gabriel had installed. You got engaged for real? We did, princess. Can I see the ring? Tiana kneels to show her. Madison studies it like a tiny expert. Pretty, now you'll be my mum forever. I will, if you want me. I do. When will you get married? Gabriel and Tiana trade a look. How about next Saturday? Saturday? That's so soon. We don't want a big party, just a small ceremony in the garden. And can I be the flower girl? Of course, the most important flower girl in the world. Grace comes in with a laundry basket. What's all this excitement so early? Tiana and Daddy got engaged. Wonderful. Let me see that ring. Grace inspects it and smiles. Lovely, simple and elegant, just like you two. Grace, will you help organize everything? Of course, it'll be an honor. Nothing complicated, just a garden ceremony, 20 people at most. And the dress? I haven't even thought about it. Then we're going shopping today. You too, Madison. You need a beautiful dress to be my flower girl. Can I pick the color? You can, princess. Gabriel watches the three most important women in his life planning the wedding and feels a happiness he never knew existed. After Caroline died, he thought he would never feel the joy of family again, never plan a future with someone. Gabriel, you okay? You went quiet. I'm great, just thinking how lucky I am. Tiana steps close. The luck is ours, mine and Madison's. All morning they make lists. Even for a small wedding, it's amazing how much there is to do. We'll need flowers, decorations, a justice of the peace, music, and food. Leave the food to me, Grace promises. I'll make a lunch you'll never forget. Gabriel calls Judge Henry, a justice of the peace who's been a family friend for years. Judge Henry, it's Gabriel. I have a request. Gabriel, good to hear from you. how are you? Good, actually, great. Could you officiate my wedding next Saturday? A wedding? That's wonderful news. Of course I can. Tell me everything. Gabriel tells the whole story, how he met Tiana, how she changed his life and Madison's, how they uncovered the truth about Victoria. What an extraordinary story, Gabriel. I'm glad you found happiness again. Thank you, Judge. You've always been like a father to me. And you like a son to me. It'll be an honor to officiate. In the afternoon, the ladies go dress shopping. Gabriel stays home preparing the garden. He wants everything perfect, not to impress anyone, but because Tiana deserves the most beautiful wedding in the world. While arranging plants and picturing the decor, he thinks of Caroline. Would she approve? Would she be happy knowing he found love again? In his heart, he's sure she would. Caroline always wanted him to be happy, and for Madison to have a mother. The phone rings. Detective Martinez. Gabriel, how are you? Well, Detective, and you? Good. I'm calling with good news. What news? We recovered almost all the money that was stolen. It should be back in your account by Monday. That's great. And one more thing. Victoria and Robert confessed to everything. They'll be in prison for a long time. How long? Life. We discovered they did this to other families too. A shiver runs through Gabriel. Other families? At least 3 proven cases. They were experts at infiltrating wealthy families and stealing everything. My God. But it's over, Gabriel. They'll never hurt anyone again. When the girls get home from shopping, they're glowing. How was it? Amazing, Madison crows. Tiana's dress is the most beautiful in the world. Is it? It is, but you'll only see it on the wedding day. And your dress? Light pink with embroidered flowers. I look like a princess. Everything is falling into place. That night, after Madison is asleep, Gabriel and Tiana sit in the garden. Nervous? A little. Me too, but it's the good kind. You're sure you don't want a bigger party? Positive. I just want you, me, Madison, Grace, and a few special people. There's no one from my family to invite. Then we'll be your family forever. Forever. They kiss under the stars, in the same spot where they first kissed. In 2 days, they'll be married. In 2 days, they'll be a family, officially. Saturday arrives faster than anyone expected. Gabriel wakes to sunlight and a smile. It's the most important day of his life. The garden looks beautiful. Grace was up at 5 a.m., finishing the last touches. White and yellow flowers decorate every corner. Chairs are arranged in a semicircle. A small altar stands under the tree where they first kissed. Good morning, groom. Grace beams. Good morning, Grace. It's perfect. The garden's gorgeous. The food's almost ready. Now you two just need to get married. And Tiana is upstairs getting dressed. You can't see her until the ceremony. Why not? Tradition. Bad luck. Gabriel laughs. Go get ready. It starts in 2 hours. He heads up and finds Madison in the hallway, already dressed in her pink gown. Wow, princess. You look beautiful. Thank you. You'll look handsome too once you get ready. I'm nervous. Why? You love Tiana, right? Very much. And she loves you? She does. Then there's nothing to be nervous about. A wedding is when 2 people who love each other decide to stay together forever. Gabriel marvels at his 8-year-old's wisdom. How did you get so smart? Tiana taught me. She says love is simple. It's wanting the other person's good and wanting to be near them. That's right. Then stop being nervous and go get dressed. He laughs and goes. When he's in his suit, he sees in the mirror a different man, happy, fulfilled, ready to start a new life. 2 hours later, the guests arrive. Few, but all special. Close friends, co-workers, neighbors who've always been kind to Madison. Judge Henry arrives right at 2 in the afternoon. Gabriel, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. Thank you, Judge. It means a lot to have you here. And where's the bride? Still getting ready. At 2:30, the music begins. A friend of Gabriel's plays a gentle melody on guitar. First comes Madison, rolling down the aisle, tossing rose petals, radiant and grinning ear to ear. Then Tiana's turn. When Gabriel sees her descending the porch steps, the world stops. She wears a simple, elegant white dress. Her hair is loose with a fresh flower. She's so beautiful, he has to blink to be sure he's not dreaming. Tiana moves slowly to the altar, eyes only on Gabriel. When she reaches him, she whispers, "Hi, future husband." "Hi, future wife." Judge Henry clears his throat. Let's begin. Dear friends, we're here to celebrate the union of Gabriel and Tiana, a union born of love, grown in trust, and consecrated today in the promise of a life together. Gabriel, do you have something to say to Tiana? He takes a deep breath. Tiana, when you came into my life, I was lost. I didn't know how to be happy anymore. I didn't know how to be a father anymore. You taught me that loving you doesn't mean loving who is gone any less. It means having more love in my heart. I promise to love you, respect you, and do everything in my power to make you happy every day of our lives. Tiana wipes a tear. Gabriel, you and Madison gave me a family. You taught me I deserve love, that I have worth. I promise to be the best wife and mother I can be, to love you both without conditions, to fill this house with even more joy. Judge Henry smiles. Gabriel, do you take Tiana to be your wife, to love and respect her in joy and in sorrow, in sickness and in health, in wealth and in want? I do. Tiana, do you take Gabriel to be your husband, to love and respect him in joy and in sorrow, in sickness and in health, in wealth and in want? I do. By the power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. Gabriel kisses Tiana to heartfelt applause, a kiss full of promises, of future, of true love. Now we're a real family, Madison cheers, clapping from her chair. Everyone laughs and applauds more. After the ceremony, they share a lovely garden lunch. Nothing too fancy, but everything made with Grace's love. During the meal, Judge Henry toasts. I've known Gabriel since he was a teenager. I saw him through very hard times, especially after he lost Caroline. But today, seeing him with Tiana and Madison, I can say I've never seen him so happy. To the newlyweds. Cheers! When the guests leave late in the afternoon, only family remains. Gabriel, Tiana, Madison, and Grace. Now what? Tiana asks, twisting her ring. Now we enjoy our first night as an officially married family. They spend the rest of the day playing in the garden, Gabriel pushing Madison's chair while she tosses leftover rose petals, Tiana running after them, laughing. It feels like a movie, but it's real. It's their life now. When night falls, Madison is tired but doesn't want to go to bed. Can I sleep in your room tonight? Gabriel and Tiana exchange smiles. Of course, Princess. Tonight is special. They make her a little bed on the floor beside theirs. Gabriel? Do you think Caroline is happy, seeing all this? He thinks. I'm sure she is. She just wanted us to be happy, and I've never been as happy as I am now. Me neither. They fall asleep in each other's arms, Madison dozing beside them. For the first time in a long time, Gabriel is certain tomorrow will be even better. 6 months pass after the wedding, and life at the Caldwell estate is wonderful. Madison transfers to a school that better understands her needs. Every day she comes home full of stories about new friends and everything she's learning. Tiana no longer works as a maid. She's taking evening classes in education, and during the day runs the house as its mistress, not as an employee. The difference is huge. Gabriel rediscovers pleasure in his work because he knows a happy family is waiting for him at home, and Grace stays the heart of the house, caring for everyone with a grandmother's love. One Thursday morning, Tiana is in the garden, tending plants when the phone rings. Hello? May I speak with Mrs. Tiana Caldwell? Her heart still skips when she hears Mrs. Caldwell. She hasn't fully gotten used to it. This is she. This is Madison's school. We need to speak with you. A chill runs through Tiana. Did something happen? Nothing serious, but we'd like to talk in person. Can you come? Of course, I'm on my way. She hangs up, calls Gabriel. Madison's school called. They want to talk to me. Did something happen? They said it isn't serious, but they want to meet. Want me to go with you? No, you've got that important meeting. I'll go and tell you after. Okay, call me if anything comes up. At school, the principal greets her with a smile. Mrs. Caldwell, thank you for coming so quickly. What happened with Madison? Please, have a seat. Tiana sits tense. Madison didn't do anything wrong, quite the opposite. What do you mean? A new boy arrived today, Peter, 7 years old. He also uses a wheelchair. He was very shy and fearful, hiding from the other kids at recess. Do you know what Madison did? What? She went straight to him, introduced herself, and spent the whole recess teaching him how to have fun in a wheelchair. She showed him adapted basketball, took him to the best spots at school, and introduced him to the others. Tiana smiles, proud. By the end of recess, Peter was completely included, no longer afraid or feeling strange. I'm so glad. But what impressed me most was what she told him. What did she say? She said, "Don't be sad because of the chair. The chair isn't a problem. It's just a different way to walk. What matters is what's in here." And she pointed to her heart. Tiana's eyes fill with tears. In 20 years in education, I've never seen a child so secure, so generous. Someone taught that girl to truly love herself. Madison has always been special. Yes, but that kind of self-esteem doesn't appear out of nowhere. Someone worked hard so she'd feel that way. When Tiana leaves the school, she's glowing with pride. She stops at the supermarket, buys all their favorites, and goes home to prepare a special dinner. Gabriel arrives to find candles and flowers on the table. What's all this? We're celebrating. Celebrating what? Tiana tells him about the meeting. Gabriel gets emotional. Our daughter is amazing. She is, and you know why? Why? Because she has a father who always showed her she's perfect the way she is. A father who loves her without conditions, and a mother who taught her to value herself. Madison wheels in from school. Hi, Dad. Hi, Mom. Hey, Princess. How was school? Great. A new boy joined my class. His name is Peter and he uses a wheelchair too. How was his first day? We're friends now. He even invited me to his house Saturday. Gabriel and Tiana trade proud looks. Madison, the principal called your mom today. She did? Did I do something wrong? No, Princess. She called to praise you. Really? Really, she said you were very kind to Peter. Oh, it was nothing. I just remembered when I used to be sad like him. And what did you think then? I thought, if Mom were here, what would she say to him? So I told him he's perfect the way he is, and that the chair doesn't define who he is. Tiana kneels in front of the chair. Madison, you know I love you very much, right? I know, and I love you too, Mom. You're the most incredible daughter in the world. I know. Everyone laughs at her confident reply. Over dinner, Gabriel lifts his glass. A toast to our daughter, who showed today she has the most generous heart. And I toast our family, who taught me what true love is. And I toast our home, now always full of joy. After Madison goes to bed, Gabriel and Tiana sit in the living room. Gabriel, can I ask you something? Of course. Do you regret anything, marrying me, changing our lives? He looks at her like she's said the silliest thing. Tiana, look at me. She does. I've never regretted anything more than I regret taking so long to ask you to marry me. Why? Because every day with you is better than the last. Every day I love you more. I'm prouder of the woman you are. Really? Really, and the best part? What? We have our whole lives ahead of us, to be happy, to watch Madison grow, to build our story together. Tiana hugs him tight. I love you so much it's scary sometimes. I love you too, and the family we built. They fall asleep on the sofa. When Grace comes to turn off the lights, she drapes a blanket over them. Thank you, God, for bringing so much happiness to this home. A full year passes after the wedding, and the Caldwell family is closer than ever. Madison, now 9, is one of the most beloved kids at school, not only because she's bright and charming, but because she has a natural gift for helping classmates through hard times. Tiana graduates with her degree in education and gets a job at Madison's school, working with special needs children. She discovers a calling for teaching. Gabriel expands the company, but more importantly, he learns to balance work and family. He never again misses a school show or an important moment for his girls. And Grace remains the soul of the house, caring for everyone with true family warmth. On a Sunday morning, they're all in the garden. Gabriel is teaching Madison to play checkers. Tiana is planting new flowers. Grace is preparing a special lunch. Dad, can I ask you something? Sure, Princess. Do you still think about Victoria sometimes? Gabriel pauses, thoughtful. It's rare for Madison to bring that up. Sometimes. Does it make you sad to think of her? Not anymore. Maybe at first. She was part of my life for a long time, but now I mostly feel relief. Relief? Because she can't hurt our family anymore. Madison smiles. Good, because our family is perfect just the way it is. Tiana walks over, pulling off her gardening gloves. What are you two talking about? Our perfect family. Oh, yeah? And what's perfect about it? Madison thinks for a second. Everything. A dad who loves me exactly as I am. A mum who taught me to love myself. Grace who takes care of us. And our house that's always full of laughter. Gabriel looks at Tiana, then at Madison, then at their home. You know what, Princess? You're right. Our family is perfect. And do you know why? Why? Tiana asks. Because we chose each other. We decided to love. Exactly, Gabriel says. Family isn't just blood. It's choice. It's love. It's care. Victoria was your blood, but she was never real family. Mom is in our blood, but she's more family than anyone. Tiana's eyes brim with emotion. Thank you for choosing me. Thank you for choosing us. Madison claps. Enough mushy stuff. Let's finish this game. Everyone laughs. Grace appears at the door. Lunch is ready, and there's a surprise. What surprise? I made Madison's favorite chocolate cake. But it's nobody's birthday. You don't need a birthday to celebrate. It's Sunday. You're here, healthy and happy. That's reason enough. During lunch, Gabriel toasts. To 1 year of marriage, the happiest year of my life. And to our daughter, who teaches me something new about love every day. And to my dad and my mum, the best parents in the world. And to this beautiful family, Grace adds, that God gave me the honor to care for. After lunch, while Madison plays in the garden, Gabriel and Tiana sit on the porch. Gabriel, have you ever stopped to think about everything that's happened? How do you mean? A 1.5 years ago, I was just a housekeeper. You were a sad widower. Madison was a wounded child, and now we're a happy family. You found your smile. I found my place in the world. Madison is blooming. Gabriel takes her hand. You know what I've learned? What? That sometimes bad things happen so we can value the good things. How so? If Victoria hadn't done what she did, maybe I'd never have hired you, and we'd never have met. True. So, in the end, even suffering served a purpose. Tiana smiles. Do you think our story will have a forever happy ending? I'm sure of it, because we've learned happiness isn't the absence of problems. It's having enough love to face anything together. I love you so much, Gabriel. I love you too, and the family we built. They kiss on the porch, watching Madison play in the garden where it all began. Mum, Dad, come play with me. We're coming, Princess. They go down hand in hand. Madison tosses a ball up from her chair and tries to catch it. Let's make a circle, she suggests. How can we make a circle if you're in the chair? Gabriel teases. Easy, you two walk around me while I spin the chair. They spend the whole afternoon playing together like a real family, just as they always dreamed. As the sun sets, Grace brings out cold juice. You had a beautiful afternoon. The best of my life, Madison declares. Why the best? Tiana asks. Because I have everything I ever wanted. A dad who loves me, a mum who takes care of me, a house full of joy, and a Grandma Grace who makes the best cake in the world. Gratitude swells in Gabriel's chest. Princess, you know your mum. Caroline loved you very much too. Right? I know. But now I have two mums. One who lives in heaven and watches me from there, and one who's by my side every day. Tiana hugs Madison. And you know I'll take care of you forever, right? I know, and I'll take care of you when you get old. Everyone laughs. I'm already old, Grace jokes. Then I'll start taking care of you now. When night falls, they head inside. Madison sleeps in her own room. She's growing up and wants big girl privacy. Gabriel and Tiana curl up in the living room, watching an old movie. Gabriel? Thank you. For what? For giving me the chance to be a mother, for showing me I'm worthy of love. Thank you for saving me from sadness, for bringing joy back to my life. We saved each other. We did. Gabriel looks around the house, the flowers Tiana planted, Madison's drawings on the fridge, family photos on the shelves. You know what? What? This house has never felt so much like a home. Why? Because now there's real love in every corner. Tiana nestles against his chest. And this is only the beginning. We still have a whole life ahead, of love, laughter, family, and challenges too, because life always has challenges. But we'll face it all together. Together. They fall asleep on the sofa, like they do most nights. When Grace comes to turn out the lights, she whispers, "Thank you, God, for turning this house into a true home." The next morning, Gabriel wakes early and finds Madison already in the kitchen having breakfast with Grace. Good morning, family. Morning, Dad. Morning, Mr. Caldwell. Where's Tiana? Still sleeping. Let her rest. Gabriel sits at the table and looks around. It's his favorite moment of the day, when the whole family is together, unhurried, just enjoying each other. Dad, can I tell you something? Of course, Princess. I was thinking, we could adopt a little brother for me. Gabriel nearly chokes on his coffee. A little brother? Yeah, there are so many kids who need a family. We could help one. Grace smiles at the sink. This girl's heart is bigger than her body. It would be nice, Dad. Imagine how many kids would love a family like ours. Gabriel thinks. The idea isn't crazy. They have plenty of love, financial means, a big house. I'll talk to your mum about it. Really? You'd be up for it? I would, if your mom agrees and if it's good for everyone. Madison claps, thrilled. Yay! I've always wanted a brother or sister. Just then, Tiana wanders in, hair messy, in pajamas. Good morning, family. What are you talking about? Madison had an idea, Gabriel says, and explains. Tiana sits down. What do you think? He asks. I think it's beautiful. I've always dreamed of a big family. Really, Mom? You'd be up for adopting? Of course. Our home has enough love for one more. Madison beams. Then we'll be an even bigger family. Gabriel looks at Tiana. She smiles and nods. It's decided. We'll find out how adoption works. Yay! Madison cheers. Grace comes to the table. You know I'll have to cook for one more person, right? Does that bother you? Tiana asks. Bother me? It'll be a joy. The more people in this house, the better. Gabriel looks at his family. 2 years ago, this kitchen was silent and sad. Now it's the happiest place in the house. What are you thinking about? Tiana asks. About how life can change so fast. For the better. So much better. And it'll keep getting better, Madison says, because now we know the secret. What secret? The secret to being happy is to love and let yourself be loved. Gabriel hugs his daughter. How did you get so wise? I learned from you two. You taught me love heals everything. It does, Tiana adds. It heals sadness, fear, and loneliness. And broken hearts, Grace says. Gabriel finishes, looking at Tiana. They stay wrapped in a family hug for a long moment, simply feeling the joy of being together. This is the story of the Caldwell family, a story that began with pain, passed through fear, and ended in love. A story that proves family isn't who's born with you, but who chooses to stand by you. A story that shows true love always wins in the end, and that sometimes the best things in life come disguised as the worst. If Victoria hadn't been cruel, Tiana would never have been hired. If Gabriel hadn't lost Caroline, he might never have valued Tiana's love. If Madison hadn't suffered, she might never have become so strong and generous. In the end, everything served a purpose, and that purpose was this beautiful family, bound by the purest love there is. From today on, only happy days fill the Caldwell estate, because when there's true love, every day is special, every moment is precious, and every story has a happy ending. Thank you for listening. It's your friend, Mr. Hope. If you're new to this channel, please tap the notification bell and subscribe.